Okay, let's talk about something you've probably felt, even if you couldn't quite put a name to it. You ever wonder why the systems we live in, our schools, our jobs, why they sometimes feel like they're fighting against your own way of thinking? Why there's this constant friction between just follow the rules and, hey, let me think for myself? Well, that tension, that's exactly what we're going to unpack right now. From the moment we're kids, we get handed this unwritten rule book for life. And rule number one, it's simple: follow the system. And rule number two follows right behind it. Don't ask too many questions. Come on, it's just easier for everyone that way, right? And then there's the final rule, the one that kind of holds it all together. Do what you're told. Just stay in line, don't make waves. And you know what? Most of us do. It's just the path of least resistance. But what about the people who don't? The ones who can't help but ask why, who have to analyze everything, who just won't accept things at face value. That is where the friction really starts. So let's really get into this fundamental conflict, because in just about any organized system, you're going to find two types of people: the system's ideal and the thinker. Just look at this breakdown. On one side, you've got the system's ideal, the person who follows orders quickly, gets things done, and gets all the praise for it. But on the other side, you've got the thinker, the one who questions, who takes a second to analyze, and what do they get called? Difficult. And here's the thing you gotta understand. They're not called difficult because they're wrong. They're called difficult because they slow the machine down. See, the system is built for speed, not for depth. Which leads us to an even bigger question. Why? I mean, why do these huge structures that are supposedly designed for progress so often resist the very people who could actually push things forward? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple: predictability. Systems, whether it's a school, an office, or government, they run smoothest when everybody acts in the same predictable way. Routine is efficient. Sameness is stable. And a thinker, by their very nature, they're a glitch in that pattern. It all kicks off with one simple three-letter word: why. This little question is the first crack in the foundation of, well, that's just how we've always done it. Then comes the next question, which is even more dangerous. Who benefits from this? Suddenly, you're shining a light on power dynamics the system would much rather keep in the shadows. And finally, you get the question that is the seed of all progress. Is there a better way to do this? But to a rigid system, that doesn't sound like innovation. It sounds like a direct challenge to its authority. So this is really the heart of the resistance. Thinkers are seen as a threat because they see everything the system is designed to hide: the flaws, the wasted effort, the subtle manipulation. They're hard to control. And maybe most importantly, they make powerful people really uncomfortable because they speak truths that are just inconvenient. But hang on. There's a really critical detail here we need to get straight. It is not as simple as the system just hates smart people. That's not it. Let's be perfectly clear. The system loves intelligence. It absolutely thrives on smart people who follow the rules and make the existing machine run even better. What it fears is uncontrolled intelligence, the free-thinking mind that can't be easily managed, the one that wants to carve its own path. That is what it sees as the real threat. So if you're listening to this and kind of nodding along, identifying as one of these thinkers, what's the move? Is the answer to just fight blindly or to give in? Well, it's neither. The answer is to get strategic. You have to learn how to master the game. All right, here's the playbook. Step one: don't just try to break the rules. Learn them better than anybody else. You've got to master the game you're in. Step two: use that inside knowledge to build up your skills and, crucially, a network of allies. Step three: leverage all of that to build real influence. Because it's only from that position of strength that you can actually start to do step four: improve the game, either from the inside or by building something new yourself. And that brings us to our final and, I think, most essential takeaway here. This is all about reframing that so-called difficult person. They're not a problem to be solved. They're an absolute necessity. I mean, seriously, just stop and think about it for a second. Every single scientific revolution, every game-changing artistic movement, every major societal breakthrough, it all started with someone who refused to just think normally. Progress is not born from conformity. It's born from courageous questioning. So if you've ever felt like you're misunderstood or different or just don't quite fit inside a rigid system, I really want to leave you with this thought. Maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're just thinking. And maybe the world just hasn't caught up to your questions yet.